Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. This was a review left for one of my local gaming tabletop stores. Store has been open less than a year with over 100 5-star reviews raving about the owners and store alike. Elizabeth, 2 out of 5 stars. We went in with our 3 kids to look for a new game to add to our collection. The selection they have is amazing and well curated with games and accessories for everyone. My apprehension for going back is I don't feel like my kids were welcome there. I have a 3-year-old and he acts like one. While there, I had to talk to him quite a few times to keep his hands to himself. I tried to always keep my eyes on him and stay near him, but again, kids will be kids. After a bit, we were asked by a retailer to make sure our son, which they called him by his name because we obviously had been telling him not to touch things, kept his hands off the merchandise. I understand the need to have merchandise that isn't broken or opened, and I made sure that didn't happen. He was touching things and even knocked some puzzles and games off their displays. But he didn't rip anything open. He didn't throw anything around on the ground. He didn't break anything. He was just a curious kid who was perhaps a bit bored. It's hard enough at the best of times to shop with children, but to be made to feel like you aren't doing enough or trying hard enough to look after your children doesn't make you feel welcome or wanted. We went in planning on purchasing a board game, but left soon after the encounter because of how we were made to feel. My question is, do they have children? Have they raised a child themselves? It's not as easy as you might think to get kids to listen, especially when they're young. Response from the owner a month ago. Elizabeth, we put tremendous effort into making our store a welcome haven for gamers of many ages and interests, and I'm sorry we fell short of that mark for you during the approximate 15 minutes you and your family spent here. I don't think this is the proper forum or to anyone's benefit to detail why I felt the need to politely address with you the behaviors that were exhibited at the store. I'll just point readers to our other reviews and encourage them and their families to visit and decide for themselves. Respectfully, owner of store. I agree with the owner that Elizabeth's review says more about her than it does about the store owner. If she wants to go in with kids, she needs to be prepared to parent them. It's a store, not a playground. It doesn't sound like the store owner was unreasonable in what they were expecting from the mom. He just threw a bunch of stuff on the floor and knocked over a couple of displays, but it's okay because he didn't break anything. And anyway, the people who work there obviously like games and puzzles, so really, he was doing them a favor because now they'll have to put everything back together again. This is not the defense she thinks it is. She kept a 3-year-old who acts like one in the store for 15 minutes and tried to control him by telling him to keep his hands to himself, not even holding his hand. Sorry, lady, that's not gonna work. It's not every day that the reviewer tells on themselves and gives us such a decent picture. She didn't go with, my angel was screamed at for being curious. She flat out says he was touching and knocking displays over. Then made to feel like you're not doing enough to watch your kid is hilarious because obviously she wasn't. A 3-year-old should not be walking around the store with interesting things like games alone. Any store for that matter, but this was asking for disaster. It's probably not as flashy as other stories here, but still entitled and starring a mom. My daughter pretty much gets along with most of the kids in kindergarten, so her birthday used to be kind of a bigger event. This year, instead of the usual pool party, she wanted to visit a specific kid-friendly theme park. This means more cost and stress for us, transportation but also supervising. So we opted to only invite the kids she's close to. All of them have been regularly inviting her as well for playtime and their own birthdays. One of the kids who didn't get an invite this year never had invited my daughter to birthdays or play dates. Also, my daughter told me that girl is not her friend and calls her ugly because of her glasses. Said child didn't get an invite this year but was invited last year. Her mom then approached me today. Entitled Mom. So, OP's daughter's birthday is all the talk right now. All the kids are excited. Me. Yes, my daughter is also really looking forward to it. Entitled Mom. Do you have a schedule yet? Me. A rough one, but we still have time to figure it out. Entitled Mom. Any suggestions for a gift? Me. Well, you don't need to get us anything. We also didn't get one for your kid. Entitled Mom. Yes, but your daughter was not invited, so she didn't need to get a gift. Me. Exactly. Silence. Entitled Mom. Wait, do you mean we're not invited to your daughter's birthday? Me. Yes. Sorry, but we wanted to go smaller this year as the trip is more expensive. Entitled Mom. But my kid is looking forward to it. Me. Sorry, I'm sure you can still go whenever you want. Entitled Mom. No, she wants to go with her friends. Me. Invite them and she can. Haha, very funny. What about the party and the cake? This is ridiculous. My daughter will feel left out. You're a bully. At this point, I just shrugged and went on my way. Edit. I wanted to add that I think it was absolutely okay for her not to invite my daughter as they are financially in a different place. I wouldn't shame them for it or not invite her kid over it. She didn't get an invite because my daughter simply stopped liking her after she started calling her ugly. The mean kid literally bullies OP's daughter, but entitled mom accuses them of bullying because they don't get an invite to a birthday party? Perhaps if entitled mom had bothered to teach her child basic manners, they would have been invited. But she didn't. Instead, her kid is a Karen or a Kyle in training. Hope the kids have a great time without the real bully. Entitled mom, yes, but your daughter was not invited, so she didn't need to get a gift. If you want to be invited to our parties, invite us to yours. See how that works? I bet this mom just wanted an afternoon kid free and was looking forward to offloading their kid on the party for OP to watch and entertain. Entitled mom, but my kid is looking forward to it. More like, entitled mom is looking forward to it. And if she told her kid she was going to get to go, that's on her for assuming. This was from a couple of years ago. I remembered while going through Snap memories. My friends and I went to a bar to celebrate a birthday, and they had an open mic karaoke there, so immediately my friend, let's call them V, started singing Kiss Me More. This entitled mom comes up to our group and says that we shouldn't let our friends sing songs that degrade women like that, especially when there are kids around. We looked around and there weren't any kids in the bar, so we asked her what she means. She said that she's pregnant and she doesn't want her child to have to listen to all that crap music. We were all tipsy at this point and we thought she was joking and started laughing. Because A, we were in a smoke-friendly bar, and B, she didn't look pregnant. My friend responded by saying she's not pregnant, and she said, I'm pregnant. I'm 7 weeks pregnant. We laughed again. We were tipsy 21-year-olds. We didn't know better. Obviously, we pissed her off because then she went and yelled at the bartender saying we were rude to her and that we should get kicked out. The bartender didn't even care to stand and listen to her. She then tried yelling at the guy controlling the karaoke, but got humiliated and had to leave the bar. I think she was just lying about being pregnant. I think the song was something she didn't like and she probably either wanted to use pregnancy as an excuse because she didn't like the song, or if she was really pregnant, had the mindset already of everything needs to be child-friendly at all times because I said so. At 7 weeks, assuming she was actually pregnant, the baby doesn't even have ears yet. I guess I blew it with all that death metal I listened to during their pregnancies and early childhoods. They're all gainfully employed adults with committed age-appropriate relationships and jobs though, so I guess I must have done something right. Me sweating bullets because I'm the mom who at 9 months was dropping it low while singing WAP by Nicki Minaj and twerking to the beat.
What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. If you liked this story and you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate you spending your valuable time with me. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next Reddit story.